Yeah, so we met maybe a couple years ago,
Yeah.
and when I met you, you were talking about doing stuff with local farmers, trying to introduce them to hydroponics.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then I see you doing your fish shop, so I was like, you're interesting. You're on the poker table with me. You're cool. We went out a couple times. It was fun hanging with you and just being an entrepreneur and stuff. Just somebody, I thought would be interesting to interview.
Nice. Well, I was happy to get that message. Like, oh, what made you thought about me? Like, he was like, oh, and then you were like, oh, well, you're pretty interesting. I'm like, oh, okay, that's good to know. Sure, I'll do it.
Well, why don't we start with the hydroponics?
Oh, okay.
Doing it, not doing it? I know I talked to Dustin real quickly. He said you guys are still doing stuff.
Yeah, we are still doing it. We're actually involved with another grant that the EPIC Center, the Youth Development over here with Catherine in Malailoa.
I'm not sure. So you guys are
Naimi.
doing the same work
But
you guys were doing like 2 years ago?
Yes, and so we're going to get like a second greenhouse through that grant, and we're going to start up the greenhouses again, because this one right here we had stopped for a couple of months because we're really attentive to the fish shop for the past year, and so we've only been growing just for ourselves rather than selling. And so as of now, we've made some repairs to our system, and so we just started growing a couple of rows of lettuce again until we get our additional greenhouse in the next couple of months to start with this new project that we're actually involved in.
So that project that you were on a couple years ago when I first met you, you guys were helping local farmers.
Yeah, we're all still in the same group now, and so right now we're working on forming a co-op. And so this co-op is to help the local hydroponic farmers, which involves now about 13 of us, and they're all in the same group and grant that we're all like working on putting this together and hopefully make it happen and in the next couple of months. Yeah, so
this group of 13, all Samoan farmers, a mixture? Opposed to like, do you guys have any Asians? I know
no
have
Asians.
A lot of Asians.
Most Asians are the field farmers, but I think if with some of the requirements on this grant, it was you needed land, and there's just a few things that that was required to actually benefit from this grant. And so most of these farmers were already involved in the prior grant, and so it's the same group of farmers. So there's a couple of Balangis who's married to Samoans who
have
their land, and they've gotten into it and stuff. And the majority of it is all local Samoans. But yeah.
How'd you get hooked up with them? Is it something you did before?
Well, actually, they contacted us because they were looking at grants for sustainability, on sustainable growing and farming on island, and the few hydroponic farmers at the time, they asked us to come in and see if we were interested in being involved in that very first grant. This was probably like 3-4 years ago. And so we were like, yeah, absolutely. And so that's when it started. So it just grew from there.
So how long have you and Dustin been doing this?
Since we moved out here in 2012.
Yeah, you just said that you guys came here about 8-9 years ago.
Yeah. And so that was our like main goal, was coming out here, growing vegetables and just like veggies and selling it to the local stores, and school lunch if we were hoping to make enough for the school lunch, but it was just a lot. Yeah.
So there is money out there to do farming and stuff.
Yeah, and it's a private non-profit, so it's not like it's part of the government or anything like that. So yeah, it's a non-profit.
Is that a plus not to be part of the government?
I think so. I mean, because we're more involved. I think this group is, working together it's I think it's like not too common here. It's like, like people agree to disagree, or just, we've all been working together for many years, and I think we all at this point respect each other when it comes to that kind of stuff, but it's a lot easier, I think, to deal with. Yeah.
Well, that's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to interview you, because you and Dustin, and people like you are like basically kind of free, as opposed to working for the government. So you guys do your own thing in the private sector. Nobody, you're your own boss,
right?
And nobody really tells you what to do, where to be, what to wear, and stuff like that.
That was one of the reasons why we wanted to move out here, is because we had our first child, and we just didn't have time. We were just constantly either in traffic or just working all day long. And then by the time we got home, I couldn't cook. It was like dark. And we just got tired of it. And that very same year, we bought a house, and we decided, and all our money, our savings went into that house. And we decided that very same year that we were going to move out here, and people was like, "You guys are crazy."
Some people, I can imagine people saying it.
Yeah.
Usually people the other way is trying to find a way to leave off island.
Yeah. So we're the total opposite. We wanted to leave that city life. Yeah.
I think Dustin said the rat race.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but
were you guys doing stuff like that off island?
Only in our backyard. Yeah. Only in our backyard. And whatever we harvest, we shared with family, and they loved it. They're just like, wow. And then there's quite a few people, Dustin's friends, who actually went into the agricultural because of what we've done in our little small backyard. They're just like, in the States. They're like, this is unbelievable. Why do you, we've always done stuff like that. Yeah. So we were always into it, growing our own stuff and just experimenting in our backyard. And so our garden's gotten bigger. It's just, and then sharing it with friends and family was the, I think, reward for us.
So you guys decided to move back? Did you guys apply for any jobs at ASG, or you guys
we
hit the ground running, trying to do your own thing?
Yeah, we just decided to let's just see how this, what type of investment, and really at the time we were just like, where are we going to get this money? But our goal was we're coming here, doesn't matter, we're still working, let's just work on trying to get here. But we really didn't have savings. We just spent all our money on this house, and and I just had our first baby, our daughter, and just our focus was trying to get here. And we made it happen within 8 to 12 months. Dustin came out here within 6 months, and I was still working, closing stuff off, prepping the house for rentals and stuff like that, and I got here probably about 9 to 10 months after he arrives. So it was still kind of people was like, how you did it, and to me it's really, I don't know.
Well, if you're gonna be struggling and broke and stuff like that with no money,
I'd rather be
it's probably the best thing to be.
Yes, so we're okay, let's just spend all our money, and when we get there, it's okay, we have ulu and kalo.
And you guys got a beautiful view.
Yeah, thanks it. Yeah, so we moved in with my parents and stuff, and so we just helped them kind of renovate the house, slowly and stuff. So we brought containers to materials to help my parents to build the house and stuff. So yeah. So,
8 years later, huh?
Yeah, really.
And you guys doing the fish market stuff?
Yeah. That's something new that we've.
But before what is the name of you guys' business? I know you guys have a.
Or Superstar Produce. Superstar Produce, and so right now.
You guys got a page?
Yeah, we do. So. We haven't. The page hasn't been. We haven't done much on the page because we stopped.
Busy.
Yeah, but we'll have more stuff coming out as soon as we start growing again and stuff. So,
right.
But then the Whangatua Fish Market is more active than our Superstar. So.
Yeah, you guys got a nice setup. Once a week.
Yeah. Once a week on Fridays.
And if you're late, you're late. And
you
guys
late,
are usually done within a couple hours, it seems like.
Yeah, within a couple hours, surprisingly. I mean, every week we're just super excited because, it takes us a couple of days. We prep a lot of the fish the day before, the night before, cutting everything, and then early in the morning, everything we put it together and mix all the pokés and stuff early in the morning before it opens. And
is this something you and Dustin did back in the States, or is
no,
this something you guys just picked up?
There's something I just picked up, and I was like, let's try this. And I'm really good with, like, I get this from my mom. I think it's all my brothers and I, we've grown up. My mom showed us how to cook, and so, I think our palate is pretty, I don't know, it's pretty good. And when it comes to like trying to mix stuff, and I'm like, I feel that, you know, like me, my mom always tells us to like, you know, and it's like, yeah, okay, with salt and pepper.
You might as well
yeah,
make it,
exactly.
You know, smell nice.
Yeah,
and
so
not just shove it down your
yeah,
mouth.
right, exactly. And it's at this point, it's kind of like I don't put nothing in my mouth if it's not pamangongi.
Right.
But I think. Yeah, and it was just rewarding just to see that people really liked the poke. I was really truly surprised.
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah.
You don't see me in that shop often, but there's people that bring it
Right.
back.
Yeah.
If they're lucky enough to get there in time.
Right. Yeah.
Because you guys open at 10 o'clock.
We open at 10, and we just.
And you guys are done pretty much by 12, I think.
Yeah. I mean, like we've been making 3 times as much now, and I'm just like, okay, it's just. I don't, you know, we're at this point where we're just going to have to kind of just, I don't know. Like,
that was the natural progression where you were doing agriculture and then you guys moved into thing with the fish and stuff.
Yeah, we were also talking that we are going to incorporate some of that in the fish market. Right. You know, doing some like local, like different types of salads and stuff
right.
like that. And then like just selling like, just like local veggies and stuff like local different salads, fresh stuff, like, you know, just like the fresh fish and everything just cold, and we're thinking of maybe incorporating that into the fish market too.
Well, the fish market, the market itself that they renovated, it's not that old. So you guys were here when they renovated it, right?
I believe so.
So what did the other people do wrong that you guys are doing right?
I have no idea, but I know they accumulated a huge amount of electricity. But I have no idea. I think what we have or what we're experiencing now is the lack of fish, and I think that's something that we didn't anticipate.
Right.
As far as like,
so maybe it's the consistency of how much fish is in there.
That's what it is. It's inconsistent,
right.
You know, and it's there's a lot of politics behind it that we've discovered, and
I'm sure everybody wants their little piece of the pie when they see that somebody's doing well.
Yes.
Well.
And so, and then that's something that we're kind of like maybe afraid of. You know, or maybe kind of.
You don't want to step on people's toes
and stuff like that. I mean, because we love working. I mean, the Department of Marine and Wildlife, Henry, he's amazing. They're.
And I'm sure you guys get a lot of help from DOC.
Yes, and Westpac, and it's just, you know, everybody's just been great, but there's just a lot of, I think, animosities with the fishermen. So I mean, this is something that we did not know going into it. So, but and we're experiencing it as a business because they are the fishermen, and it's kind of like, can we buy some fish? Right. and that's one thing. It's unfortunate that we lack here. And our backyard, front yard, you would think that we have plenty of it, but we don't.
So all the fish is just around there. You guys don't get any fish from Magua?
No, they're far, and then like, you know, it's kind of like how they're gonna get it from there to here. I mean, it's bad enough they have transportation problems, you know, like to get there.
Right,
and
right.
I mean, just realistically, some of those, you know, their aliyahs, they won't be able to afford to come out here, and you know, and.
You think maybe some kind of grant or subsidization, getting them a bigger boat to transport their fish?
That would be awesome. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's resolutions or there's some type of, you know, that that may work. I mean, I know that Westpac they do have an ice machine out there to keep their fish fresh, but I don't know if it's like up and going. But I think they're exploring options when it comes to that, because they're really good fishermen out there. Yeah. I mean, and they fish a lot more than here.
Right.
Then yeah. So it's like there's only these few fishermen that we do deal with that on a weekly basis. Hey, are you bringing in did you guys catch anything this week? It's a hit and miss.
Right.
And
which is why you guys only open once a week.
Right, and so we're hoping to open more than that, but unfortunately we're unable to do it.
I know, because I'm pretty sure all the people that come there on Fridays are the same people, because they know they know when to come, and they're willing to wait the line.
Yeah,
because it's a long line.
And then our customer base is expanding, and so there's more people coming in, and then it's kind of like, why won't you guys make more? I'm like, we wish we could. We wish we could like offer more, but it's just it's unfortunate. Yeah. So I mean, it just time will tell if it's going to really grow into something, because I would love to see that fish market just explode into like a really, you know what I mean, like like active, like even every other day or every day. I mean, it's just like one of those fish. I just picture it like one of those fish markets like in the States, or you know what I mean, like I just picture it like that. Even in Apia has so much fish going in and out of that. The little fish market they have there, in and out every day on a daily basis. Early in the morning they have fish.
Like see the bar in there.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, why don't we have that here?
I'm sure there's a lot of things you got to deal with. Yeah. Like I'm sure being a business person here, you already encountered a lot of the kind of pushback you get, and like you said, animosity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, we don't want to get involved in that. We just want to sell fish and try to make a living for ourselves here. Right. And trying to actually bring something out for our people that really wasn't offered before, and try to make things work. I mean, there's so I've told this and I've said it many times. There's so much opportunity out here, but the resistance is so just there. It's like, come on.
Why can't we all work together?
Yes. Yeah. I'm like. And okay.
I think there's people that probably just think there's not enough of the pie, so they're just trying to push other people away, when I'm pretty sure there is enough for everybody.
There's plenty.
There's more than enough for everybody.
There's more than enough, I think. I mean,
without
really.
people hating on each other and trying to throw obstacles.
Yes, and I think that's the problem, is working together. That is the problem. To me, it's like working together. Let's just agree to disagree. Fine. Let's move on. Let's move forward. How can we accomplish this goal? As a team, okay, like there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians, and I sure as hell want to be an Indian. I don't want to be a chief. I just want to be an Indian. I want to be a worker bee. I don't want to be a queen. I just want to be the worker bee.
Well, the joke is we're all chiefs in some way.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't want to be a chief. I just want to be the one that works for my money. That's it. It's like, can you help me?
You're happy doing?
Yes, that's something I'm happy. I'm happy doing, and I respect the leadership of others. I was so naive moving out here, thinking, I just didn't know much coming out here, and so
you weren't born and raised here, huh?
I was born, but not raised here. I was born out here, and we left the island when I was about 3 or 4. I never came back until I visited my mom and dad when they moved back. Yeah. And this was a few years before we had decided that we were going to move out.
I think a lot of people like that lived off island and stuff have this idea of what Samoa is like, and then when you're like you or like me, you come here and then you see things are just a little bit different, maybe a little bit harder in some ways, especially when it comes to trying to start your own thing, do your own thing,
And a lot of I've met so many great people that come here, Samoans that come here. They just have like, oh man, I should do this. I'm like, you can. I'm like, but there's like, just know that there's lots of resistance. But if you are just able and strong to stand through it, I'm like, you'll get shot down 100 times before you realize, you have one good day, and then it's like, oh shoot, there's like that one bright day, it's like, okay, I do have a future here. Now,
Right.
if you wait for that day, you will find comfort in that day and say, okay, I can move forward. I think I can do this here. But a lot of our younger people, I think even our generation nowadays, are getting shot down way too many times, and they just don't have the time, or they don't feel needed. And I
Right.
think we should all like embrace these people that come out.
Right.
I think
Or
so.
they have these ideas and they just get shitted on.
Shit
and
on all
not,
the time.
really pushed, to try and, do what they want to do, and then they say,
Yes.
what, I'm out.
Yes, and I think, I mean, for me, like when I hear that, I appreciate that. I'm like, you should do it. You should really do it. And I mean, you fail once, fine. I mean, you know how many times we failed? I mean, it's not like it was so easy for us. We've been here for almost 9 years now, and we're still failing on the test. You know what I mean? Like, it's still fail. Something's always like, someone's always putting us down. Somebody's always, it's like someone's saying no. Someone's, but you move on, move
Right.
forward.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I came back, this year makes 20 years. I'm always plotting and scheming, and
Right.
you try to find your way, and then sometimes you get, like myself, you get into that ASG job, and unfortunately sometimes you get too comfortable,
Yeah.
and then you're like, well, should I take that risk and just drop everything? And, it's just one of those things.
And I think it's just one of those things that we can all do here. It's a lot easier here than what you would think. You wouldn't be able to do it out in the States and think, well, unless you had money in your pockets and
Right.
had investors and stuff like that. But here, I think it's a lot easier to make those decisions and be able to maybe follow through with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want my cake and I want to eat it too. 'Cause
Yeah.
I like teaching.
Yeah, I know.
Teaching is
Yeah.
fun. And, I'm always thinking, well, I can always teach and do stuff on the side. But it's just
Yeah.
a matter of, just persevering like you and Dustin, and, just grinding it out.
Right. Because, like, Dustin and I still take little jobs here and there, and we're not, we're just happy to do it, There's things that we volunteer for. We're happy to do it. We're happy to put our, to help other people out. I mean, if they ask us for just any kind of help, we are more than happy to help them out, But I just wish that there's more of us out here that are able to do that. So
I think there's a lot of us out there that just need that, maybe that little push or inspiration,
Yeah.
and hopefully by you and being on air and they listen to your story and Dustin's story,
because it's not easy, it's
Yeah.
not easy. It's not something that, I think life isn't easy, but if you're really dedicated and people really want to do stuff like that, it just takes all that dedication and just strong will, I think, and being able to work with others is very important here. But there's a lot of things we also do lack. So it's just the pros and cons that we always, those hurdles. So yeah.
I walked into the fish market. You're in the back. Is that your place? Are you the
Yes,
one
that's
that
where I
does
stay in the
yeah.
back. I used to go but yeah, I just don't have the time.
So you're the one that comes up with all the recipes.
Yeah. So I have all the recipes and everything. So, I'm the one that mixes everything, all the pokes and stuff like that, put it together. And the girls put the bowls and everything else together. So I make all the pickles. I make everything in the back. The night before.
Yeah, you guys got a little nice thing going. Dustin in the front. And,
Yeah.
Miss Wasco.
Yeah, Miss Wasco. I love those girls. I'm so grateful for them because they
And Vice.
and Vice. So so I appreciate all of them because it just wouldn't be possible without them. Yeah.
And it starts off Thursdays, every Thursday.
Yeah, so
you guys
it's-
are working towards that one day.
Yeah, just that one day, and then it's gone within a couple of hours. That's what we're just like, oh my gosh. So but it's good to see. I'm just shocked that it's getting bigger than us, I guess.
Are you guys doing more business, you think, because of the COVID, or is
I don't
making
know.
I know people are gonna have a lot of money in their pockets.
Oh yeah, so we're trying to take advantage of that. But I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the COVID or whatever. But
How long
I
did
like
you guys?
it.
Did you guys stop at any point?
Yeah, we did stop
For a couple weeks before they let you guys
we
come back
stopped a few weeks because of change in management. But other than that, once we got back on, it was just the same before we stopped. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
You guys are expanding.
yeah. So
Word
we're
of mouth,
hoping.
because it's not like you guys have commercials or anything.
No, it's just on Facebook and word of mouth, and just them coming in and visiting us and
And tasting the
yeah,
product.
tasting the stuff. So other
Good
than
stuff.
that, yeah, so. But yeah, I mean, we're looking towards maybe expanding because like it's just getting bigger than
Within
it's
the
somewhere.
market or just different
Within the
places?
market. I mean, we
Right
want to
next to the
be
boats.
able, yeah, we want to be able to like make that. I think livelier. That market can do so well. It's just
Yeah, a lot of people, I hear ideas over the years, and it sounds nice. It sounds like it worked. It's just that they run into a lot of obstacles, like I said, and
yeah.
they get tired of being shot down. And lucky for you guys, you guys.
I mean,
just
we're
keep on
still getting
grinding.
shut down, I mean, it's fine. I mean, we're still getting shut down, but we're going to open our doors. We got to find a way. So,
Right.
yeah. I mean, where there's a will, there's a way.
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys when are you guys gonna start going back to the hydro and stuff?
As soon as our other greenhouse gets here, because we're going to plan on clearing some stuff out and then putting it up. And we're actually like going to prep. So it's already on its way. So it should get here in maybe in the next couple of months or in a month, hopefully, with all this COVID thing going on. But yeah, it's already, the greenhouse is on its way. It's already been.
There's a lot of good salads. Is that what you guys are doing? Like out at the stores?
Yeah,
Prepackaged
so we
salads?
want to do like different types of salads, like fresh salads. I think that I'm gonna put out there, and because we're gonna grow a little bit more than just lettuce for the shop, because I want to be able to grow for some of the ingredients that we're gonna put into some of the future pokés and the future salads that we're gonna come out with. But yeah, and then maybe sell some of the local hydroponic veggies from out of there. If people want it, hey, we got it. You guys can buy it here too. So
Nice.
yeah.
Well, just want to thank you for you and Dustin for letting us into your house and stuff, and
Good.
giving us the interview.
Thanks.
You got a beautiful home and beautiful view.
Thank you.
And yeah, you can do this again next time.
Yeah.
After the COVID, maybe.
Yeah, after the COVID with the beer, I think.
With the beer, definitely.
With a nice cold beer.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
What is the site again? You can get reached at Facebook.
Oh, Superstar Produce, or for our fish house. I mean, the fish shop is Fangatoa Fish Market.
And you gotta come early.
Yes, we gotta come early. We
Yeah.
open at 10,
And it's worth
hopefully
the
we'll
wait. The
still-
line is worth.
Yeah,
Worth the wait.
yeah, it's worth the wait. So hopefully we'll still be open by 1 o'clock, but 10 o'clock is the best time to
I
come
doubt
in.
it.
Yeah, yeah.